Okay, so in this episode we'll be talking about containers. So there are some widgets, they are not visible widgets. Okay, by default they don't paint anything, but then they are used to hold or contain other widgets. That's, I'm just going to call them containers. So the first one, okay, we already have center here. So this center creates a widget that centers its child. As you can see, the child is centered here on the screen, or wherever it is, it will be centered there. You also have container, as you have already seen it, to take the constant to container. But then, you know, container is being recommended against if you are just going to have a child. Okay, you see, container has so many properties. Okay, so unless you are doing something that requires some of these properties, if you just want a container for that has a child, a width and then a height, then you can use a sized box. Because basically we use a size box to size objects. Okay, so it has the width, the height, and then the child. Yeah, we have that. We have so many widgets, but then these are the basic ones. You see, size box, actually it doesn't center anything. Container doesn't center anything. Okay, but then container has properties like the alignment, where you can use where's the alignment that, let's say, center, to position itself and then, you know, place it in the center. So basically the container has a lot of properties you can assign to modify the content or the child or whatever. So yes, these are some of the basic widgets you can use to contain other widgets. Okay, we also have padding, but then I'm going to take this thing off. We also have padding. So padding basically, okay, let's do this. Container also have the padding property, and then it takes edge insert, let me just see, or, and I'll say 50. So when I do this, whichever element that is stored, I've removed the center, so you can see that it creates a space, okay, of 50 pixels both at the top, at all sides, because I used all. So it creates spaces before the element or before the child, okay, that is stored in the container. Now if I comment this thing out, you see that it starts from the end. By default the padding is 8. Okay, by default it has a padding of 8.0. so you see there's a little bit space here, but then if I uncomment this, you see that it creates a padding of 50 pixels. So yeah, but then if you don't want to use container, as I said, you advise you use less of containers unless necessary. So you have a padding as a widget, and it takes the same property. So we have the padding, and then it takes the padding, which is a required property, and then we have the child. So the padding also does the same thing by creating space in here. That is, if you just want the space around your object or the widget, just use padding. Yeah, that's easy as that. So this is basically some of the container widgets. There are a lot of them. I don't even know all of them. I don't even know half of them. But then as you go along, you are going to find out a lot more. So see you in the next lesson.